What's up?
What are we doing?
We are
Sitting or talking?
We are live. We are here at Nightmare Weekend 2024, and we're here with the Jason to most.
Oh,
The most iconic, legendary Jason, or so they say. Or so they say.
who's they?
I've talked to a couple people.
All right, good. That's correct. But
We have with us Mr. Kane Hodder. We finally tracked Kane down to actually get a conversation in with him instead of him jumping in all of our other conversations. But
Yes.
yeah,
Wait.
I do tend to do that, don't I?
Yeah.
That was the best.
Now,
Yeah.
I may have talked to Nick Castle about this.
Oh,
he,
and maybe
he
we
may
can-
or may not like jump in behind you. So
yeah.
Is he here now?
Video
No.
bombs.
Oh. He's
All right.
fucking creepy. He played Michael Myers, and he's going to creep up on me and scare me.
No, wait.
What?
He will correct you. I did not play Michael Myers.
He played the shape. Yes, I know.
There you go.
I know.
There you go.
You put
Yeah.
this-
Yes, that is accurate. He was the shape.
And he
Michael Myers was someone else.
was, Tony Moran.
Yeah.
Yes,
Tony Moran.
I tried not to say it, but
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
But Nick was the shape, correct.
Yes.
It became synonymous later, but you know,
like we started.
Oh yeah, we started
Oh,
talked about synonymous.
I was being your handler.
this
for her
guy-
while she's gone.
Oh,
This guy
okay.
may be a little synonymous with the Jason mask and machete.
Oh.
Kane, you started later on in the franchise,
yes.
but you are the reigning title for being Jason the most times in the most films.
I don't think that'll change.
No, I
but
don't think so. I think you pretty much are gonna.
It's going to be hard
hold that title
for somebody
for-
else to do 4 of them, considering they don't seem to be planning any other ones. But
Right? I mean, I wish we could get some more, but we'll see what
Me too.
happens. For fans out there and for people listening or viewing, tell us about your inception into your first Friday film. How did that all happen? Was it something you were chasing, or did it just kind of
no,
fall in your lap?
well, neither really. I wasn't chasing it, but I did a movie with Rennie Harling called Prison, and
Yep.
I was a stunt coordinator, and I played a character in full body makeup. And John Beekler liked what I did and decided the following year he was going to direct Part 7, Friday the 13th, and insisted to Paramount that I should play Jason. And it was an uphill battle because nobody knew who I was. I was a stunt guy. And CJ had done a good job previous.
Mhm.
So I was happy that he was fighting for me, but I didn't really think it would work. And sure enough, he prevailed, and I played the character in Part 7 thinking that's probably going to be it because nobody else had ever repeated as the character. And I thought, well, I'll do one. I used to sign autographs that first year, Jason number 7. And because I didn't expect anything else. And then fortunately, they kept asking me to play the character in successive films. So
Yeah,
worked out.
Jason 4 times,
Correct.
and then a 5th if you want to count the video game.
I guess, yes.
So you we nailed the 5th time there.
Can I jump in?
Yeah, absolutely.
At that point, Jason Lives was my favorite Friday the 13th.
Uh-huh.
Okay. And then New Blood came out. I saw it at the drive-in.
The drive-in.
Yes. 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 There was
Were you
still-
with a girl?
No, I was with a group of friends.
Okay.
Yeah, there probably was.
So we actually
Yeah.
saw the film.
Yeah. And what I could not believe, I knew Kane Hodder, the name, okay?
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't know who this guy is. Is he going to be good or what? But you brought...
How'd you know the name?
I read Fangoria. I knew
Okay.
what was going on.
All right.
So,
Because most people didn't know.
right.
But
And I'm like, so, I was nervous, And, but watching the film, you brought personality to Jason. You did. I mean, just how you would look at people, and you would just, you brought an intensity that we hadn't seen yet.
oh,
There
cool.
was that that gleam in your eye, you know?
Right.
There's definitely a physicality change. There was,
Yes.
using the term like faster is not the correct term because Jason has always been more of a stalking type character, but it seemed that you were moving a step quicker even though you were still
Walking.
a Jason walking pace.
I never
But it was
ran.
this
Never one time ran as
Exactly.
the character.
but it was this immense amount of power. It was an essence really that Jason was then imbued with at that time, and that I think that's why you came back so many times, because it was just this new aura that Jason had that nobody had ever seen or was even prepared for at that point, because
And
we're how many
didn't
films
even
in?
I didn't even necessarily focus on that. I just wanted to do what I thought looked natural and scary. I just took my own take on the character, and I guess it worked out.
Yeah,
So
subtitles Kane's a badass is what that was supposed to of the Friday films, do you have a personal favorite?
yes, I do.
Which one is that one?
Part 7.
Part 7, there you go.
How did I know that?
And of
Partially because it was my first attempt at playing the character, but also because, I'm a stunt guy, so there were so many stunts for me to do in the movie as that character, so I loved it. And the makeup was the best, in my opinion, as a horror fan. I thought that was the best Jason ever looked, and not because it was me, it was because of the makeup design. And, it was just an unbelievable experience to watch 6 films as a horror fan and enjoy them, and then realize, holy shit, I'm going to be the guy playing that character now. It was still surreal. I still can't believe it happened, and it's all John Buechler, and I wish he was still around to take all the accolades from the fans, because fans loved him.
Oh, God, yes.
Absolutely. It's wonderful because, speaking to what you were just saying, all these years later, we've been here all weekend. We've had the chance to interact with you multiple times. We've seen everybody, but also we've been, just kind of enjoying and viewing everything. And it is incredibly obvious that it hasn't sunk in for you yet because of how loving and wonderful you are to the fan base. It's an absolute joy to watch you just interact. We could stand back there and just watch you with the fans, and there's a reason why Mr. Kane Hodder has a line, and it's because the love of his fans is just so immense.
Wow.
It pours out. He's a blast to be around.
And we're 2 of them.
Exactly, we're 2 of them. Yeah, beyond excited to be here. We're containing our fanboydom, but it's very damn hard.
Fanboydom.
And a third behind the
Fanboydom.
camera.
That's
Fanboydom. That's right.
Fanboydom.
There you go.
The question, I know it's been said multiple times. Your favorite kill is the old sleeping bag into the tree.
My favorite Jason kill.
Yeah,
is.
favorite Jason
Yes.
kill, which everybody loves, and that's honestly probably a favorite of the franchise for most of the fandom out there, I would probably say. 2 questions. Do you have a favorite other kill, not necessarily one of yours, in the Friday franchise? And do you have another favorite kill as another character? Because we know you've been many other characters like Victor Crowley and other things in another film.
Okay, so the all-time favorite kill is in the first Hatchet movie, where I do this.
Oh, yes.
I rip the woman's head apart by her jaw.
Yeah.
Not as easy as you might think.
Right.
That is my all-time favorite kill. And, I believe I've killed more people on film than any actor in history.
It's very possible.
I
Because, I don't count somebody that takes an automatic weapon and
right.
kills 50 people.
Yeah, that's easy.
But for somebody that has killed one by one on film, there's nobody that can dispute that.
I don't
4 Friday movies, 4 Hatchet movies, and then other movies where I played killers also.
Yeah.
BTK, Ed Gein, and sorry,
It's all right.
too much.
No.
Not enough, damn it. Not enough.
But it's I love when people write something creative with violence, Hopefully that doesn't make me sound
Absolutely.
bad, but
I have a question.
No, I totally get it.
Do you get to watch a lot of modern horror, and what do you think of the direction that it's taking? What do you approve of or disapprove of?
I don't disapprove of anything, because sometimes I'll have a preconceived idea about something that I'm not going to like, and then I end up watching it and I do like it. So I don't ever judge something until I see it, because I've been surprised in the past. But you know, it just I just like something different, because we've seen so many movies with different killers and stuff, and so often they do the same thing. So I like something creative.
Absolutely, and we've seen so much of that in your career with Friday or with Victor Kyle or any other thing. It's a blast to watch you and everything you have done. Randy, do you have any questions? I feel like I'm hogging stuff here.
Yeah, I kind of the beginning of part 7.
Yes.
You're underwater.
Yes.
How dangerous was that? I've heard things
Like what?
like you were actually chained down there.
I was.
Okay.
Now, I wouldn't, you know, when you do stunts, your perception of danger might be different. So I didn't feel it was dangerous, because the underwater stuff at the beginning of part 7 was done the last 2 days of shooting.
Right.
We're already done with the entire movie. Then we had to go to the diving pool and do the underwater stuff.
Right.
Very difficult. I was cabled underwater to the bottom of the pool, and I had to have a safety diver giving me my air
Right.
hookah scuba system, and I was underwater for a couple hours at a time, and it was very difficult. But I never was nervous or scared about it. It was just something that was not easy. That's all. And I think those scenes are amazing, because most people don't realize that when you watch the beginning of the movie, I'm more in CJ's wardrobe to match the end of part 6. So I have his gloves on.
Right.
I have wardrobe that kind of matches him, until I become rotted and become my version of Jason. But so I guess I technically could sign part 6 pictures, couldn't I?
Yes, you could. Yeah,
I think
technically,
so.
yes.
That's
yeah.
a good point.
Yeah, 'cause,
Uh-huh.
I was talking to CJ. About,
Why?
Because
Fuck is that?
because
Talking to CJ?
Yeah, I was
You mean the
talking
fucking one-timer like these guys?
Uh-oh.
I'm kidding. Come on.
No, I was talking to CJ about the end, and he's like, I was down there with the chains, and there was no safety mechanism, there was no diver, there was no hookah for me. Yeah, he said he was down there all day.
And he was in a lake, I believe.
Yes,
I was in a diving pool.
like 90
A scuba
feet.
diving
He said
pool.
90 feet down. Yeah. This is
No,
kind
he
of
did
shit
not.
or what?
He didn't say 90 feet. CJ, you're full of shit. You know you are. You weren't 90 feet under the fucking water. There's no reason for it. Is he gone? I'm going to fuck with him. CJ gone? Fuck. 90 feet underwater. Bullshit.
Yeah. I won't tell you what Ken. Oh, never mind. Never mind.
What Ken said? What'd Ken say?
I say a lot of stuff.
He does. He does. Yeah.
CJ says he was 90 feet underwater. Bullshit.
What?
For the end of his movie. 90 feet, why would you be? No, of course not.
I think
Maybe 9.0.
Yes,
Yeah.
9 feet under. There's no reason to be that deep. You can't see that it's that deep. Fucking,
yeah. There you go.
I wish he was still here. I would confront him with that information. He didn't say that, did he?
No, he didn't.
Okay, good.
I think talking about the physicality and being underwater, I think that's something that the fan base maybe sometimes forgets. They're constantly thinking about the fact of, oh, we're just throwing on a mask, and although we love you know, the actor is Jason, they're not actually thinking about the extreme amount of physicality and danger being a stunt performer and an actor is in these types of situations. So,
Right.
Well, for the casual viewer, a lot of you guys, most of you guys came from the stuntman
yeah,
background,
Yes.
and I think that tends to be forgotten. Like, you
Right.
just think the stunt guy, well, he's got a mask on, it could be anybody. It's always somebody else. When most of the time, and I'm sure you can speak to this, it's you guys doing all the stunts for safety
Well, I mean,
reasons.
you have a character that doesn't speak and doesn't even have facial expressions. So why wouldn't you use someone who is used to physicality,
Right.
and that's a stunt person?
Yeah.
That's why Ken and, you know, so many, Tom Morga, Ted White, all stunt guys. And, you know, it's an ideal situation when you use somebody that's used to physical stuff. I mean, you don't have to deliver a line, unfortunately. We never speak, but, well, I do. And I have on camera spoken to actors what was in the hockey mask,
Oh, yeah.
like getting face to face with somebody, that intimidating them and saying, I just farted,
Okay.
trying to get them to break character because it's entertaining for me. But
that's awesome. The fandom obviously is aware of a lot of your bigger roles. Is there something in your repertoire that you've done that you would wish that fans would maybe didn't quite catch on to, or maybe they don't know about, that you'd like to let them know about? And or is there something you got coming up in the near future that you're super excited to share?
sure, certainly something coming up in the future, which it's already out, but it's a movie called The Activated Man.
Okay.
And his angle is over here because he's talking.
Hey, Tom.
Hey, Tom, pay attention, fuckhead. Come on, Tom. Don't talk to the pretty women.
It's a habit. I can't have
No, you're fine. You're fine.
Here, that's for you later.
Oh,
Oh, a note from the teacher.
she gave me her number, Bob. Is that all right?
Thank
I
you.
do.
Bob Kurtzman, by the way.
Bob Kurtzman. So there's a movie called The Activated Man that I'm very proud of. And the main character in it is played by Tony Todd, who's an amazing friend, and we've done a lot of stuff together. And I play a supporting role in the film, but I'm really happy with it because, you know, I'm a stunt guy, so I never anticipated doing tons of dialogue in a film. And this movie has the most dialogue I've ever done.
Wow.
And
exciting.
so it's really good. And things that people don't know about are the fact that, and you can't find it, so don't try, because it doesn't exist anymore. But I did an episode of Seinfeld once. I did a fight scene with Kramer
Wow.
on a bus,
Wow.
but it does not exist in the anywhere you can find in the episodes anymore.
Oh, wow.
Is that in reference to the famous Kramer bus story where he goes on that whole rant about the event of the bus? Was that the story that was supposed to be, that was filmed, that he's
Yes.
talking about? That's
Oh,
awesome.
wow.
It was, we rehearsed it and we were going to shoot it. And then that motherfucking Michael Richards, listen to me, Michael, he told the story and they were going to shoot some footage of the story as he's telling it. But he told it in such a funny way that they thought it's better to not show it. And so I was fucked. Thanks, Michael. But yeah, it was so much fun to, you know, do the whole rehearsal and episode and stuff, but it does not exist anymore. I wish people could have seen that.
This is the ghost of Barry White.
Is the ghost of what?
Barry
White?
Very light.
Victor Crowley?
Ready to go.
Barry White.
It's time to head to the airport. So
Barry
if you would like some,
Barry White.
you
Right on, right on, right on. Isn't that Barry White?
He'd be happy to help y'all out. All right, guys. Talk to y'all later. Good morning. You've been a blessing and a beautiful face to come
Hey, Craig,
for a convention.
let's go ahead and ask him the question. Then I have a follow-up that I want to talk about.
And then we should probably
Yeah.
wrap it up.
Absolutely. Yes. I do have one final question for you on my end.
All right.
It's a question I like to ask everybody we interview this.
Oh, boy.
Industry.
Here it comes.
Do you?
How long is your no?
I have a ruler. No.
You're gonna need a tape measure. Just saying.
Wow, street man. Good job.
We're children.
So we have this machete for but if you were given keys to the kingdom, all the amount of money that you would need, you had the chance to work with anybody that you can, or anybody maybe you haven't before, what would be a dream project for you?
Well, a dream project or a dream actor to work with?
Either.
Okay.
Either. Yeah, basically, if you could
I don't
basically
really have a
whatever you want
dream
to do.
project other than I would love to put the hockey mask on one last time.
We would love that.
The
Yeah.
13th movie.
Oh man.
I can still kick some ass. Don't think I'm too old, because I'm not. And there are various police officers in my recent history that would corroborate that. It sounds a little self-serving, but I would love to do a dialogue scene. And I've never said this, by the way.
Okay.
This is for real. I've never said this. I would love to do an extended dramatic dialogue scene with Brad Pitt.
Oh,
I know.
What an
It's-
excellent choice.
Who wouldn't?
That's
Who
Yeah.
wouldn't? But
Yeah, who
I
wouldn't?
worked with him on 7, and the fucking guy has an attitude of a stunt person. And
that makes sense.
as a stunt person, we appreciate that. When an actor is not a bitch, he got hurt on 7. You've heard me talk about it while we were doing a scene, and he had to have surgery on his arm, and
More cast.
yes, and had to wear a cast for the rest of the movie, which they had to work into the storyline. But all right, see you, Duncan. Duncan Rager.
Yes.
That's cool.
Dracula.
But just the fact that he is a top-notch star and he got hurt, and most guys on that level would freak out because they got hurt.
Yeah.
He had to have surgery on his arm. That's how bad it was. But working with him physically as a stunt person was so enjoyable. He felt like more of a stunt guy than an actor on that movie. And that's a big movie. 7 is a big movie. And the scene he does with Spacey with the head in the box and stuff.
Yeah.
And that would be something that would be a dream for me, to do a dialogue scene with Brad Pitt or even Spacey. I know people are, not too crazy about that whole situation, but I loved working with the guy, and he was incredible in that movie. So either one of those guys, some kind of dramatic scene, I would love to do. That would be a dream.
That's wonderful.
All right. So I want to follow up with all of the fans. If you haven't seen To Hell and Back, not the Audie Murphy movie, but the documentary.
Is there an Audie Murphy movie called that?
Yeah.
I fucking stole his title? Audie Murphy had something called To Hell and Back?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow.
That's bullshit.
Yeah. But if you haven't seen it, watch it. It'll bring tears to your eyes.
Well, thank you. I mean, it's just my story, so,
Yeah.
And
it's an incredible story.
Incredible story.
What an incredible story. I think I speak for everyone that's been at the convention and everyone that's ever had the chance to work with you or meet you, Kane. There's not words to express how much we enjoy and love what you've brought to the genre. The art you've given us, it's timeless and will live on forever. Thank you so very much. We are so appreciative.
Well, thank you guys.
Thank you so very much.
I busted my ass, but I also got very fortunate impressing the right people, so I'll always appreciate it. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you